evening. Calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Crooked River Amateur Radio Club's Tuesday night VHF net. My name is Pat, and my call sign is November 8 Oscar Quebec Papa. But for the purpose of this net, we will be using the club call of Whiskey 8 Charlie Romeo Charlie. This is an open and directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. You don't have to be a member or anything like that. As long as you have the privileges to check in, we'll talk to you. We talk to anybody. Anyway, all traffic will go through net control, and since emergency traffic, especially tonight, may break in at any time, please allow brief pauses so that those transmissions can get in here. We have some severe weather to the southwest, and I've been kind of sort of watching it, so I don't know how extensive it's going to get, or if it's going to affect anything. It's probably the bottom, the southern part of Summit County, so we'll stay tuned for that. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information to keep club members and the amateur radio public up to date about club meetings and happenings, and to enhance the net operating practices. This net meets every Monday or every Tuesday night. I've got Monday on my mind for some reason. This net meets every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. local time. We will start with announcements and then ask for check-ins from any manager or member that has any announcements they'd like to get in the beginning of our net, or for information of general interest to our net. Once that's complete, I'll take regular check-ins, at which time please give me your call sign, repeated phonetically, followed by your name. When all check-ins are completed, I will close the net after repeating the announcements. As far as announcements go, we have a couple. There's going to be a surprise presentation tomorrow night, since it's the anniversary of Xenia. We will be meeting at the, that will be our club meeting, and it will be at 7:30 at the Oak Hill Presbyterian Church. Where is that, you ask? It's at 2409 Ardwell, Ardwell Avenue in Akron. It's 44305, or 44312, I will correct myself. And we'll probably be getting there about 7 o'clock-ish, maybe a little earlier to set things up. And the meeting will start promptly at 7:30. Okay, the other thing that we've got going for this month is the next presentation meeting, which is the 17th of April, and we will be featuring Scott Yonnelly there. He's agreed to come and talk to us. Hopefully we can get a number of people there. I'd almost like to do a pizza party for that night, so we're considering that. It's going to depend on what we can work out here. So keep that in mind. As far as the trivia, I've got a couple of trivia questions, but I'd have to get my wife to bring the one over. More on that in a second. Unless KA8BSA is in here with a trivia question. Let's see if he's got one.
Good evening, Pat. This is KA8BSA. I'm here, but if you got one, go ahead and fly with it.
Looking now. Okay, I do have a trivia question. What is the feature or hidden meaning or hidden message, feature or hidden message inside of software called? I'll repeat that. What is the feature or message hidden inside of a software program called? We'll take answers here in a couple seconds. Let's see if we've got any check-ins for managers. At this time, I'm going to call for managers, club members, or anybody else that's got announcements. Please call W8. Please call W8CRC now. Okay, hearing nothing. Let's go ahead and open it up for regular check-ins. If you'd like to check in, please give me your name and call sign. We will, if I think there's 3 or 4 or a couple more behind you, we'll go ahead and take them and come back to you, but we will proceed to do so in a normal fashion, or with first come, first top, first served, I guess. If you'd like to check into our net, please call W8CRC now.
KA8BSA.
Got you, Keith? Hang in there. Anybody else want to check in? Please call.
Delta 8, Bravo, Quebec, Sierra, Steve, Carter Falls.
WD8BQS. Good evening, Steve. Okay, anybody else?
KD8ZXE, Kilo Delta 8, Zulu X-Ray Echo, Mike and Talmadge.
Good evening, Mike. Got you. KE. And let's take a couple more here, if there is any. If you'd like to check in with us, please call W8CRC.
W8SEG, Whiskey 8, Sierra Echo Golf, Nick in Akron.
Nick, I forgot your call again. I know it's you. I got the name. Try me over again here. I had a brain fart.
Whiskey 8, Sock Eating Golden. Sock Eating Golden. QSL?
SEQ. Is that correct? Yeah, I think that's right. W8SEQ. I think that'll work, right?
Negative. Sugar, Ecuador, Germany. Germany is the last letter.
Sugar, Ecuador, Julia. Okay, got that. Alright, we'll be right back to you anyway. Hang in there. Let's take one more if there is any out here. If you'd like to check in, please call.
AB8PRK.
AB8PRK. Got you, Ted. Alright, let's go back to the top here. Mr. Key, good evening, sir. What's happening?
Good evening, Pat and everyone. This is KAABSA. Not too much happening. Retiring the old gray Focus. It served us well. It's got 117,000 miles on it. It had 12,000 miles when we bought it. It's been a good little car. Busy transferring stuff over into the new vehicle. I picked up a 21 Subaru Ascent.
Well, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it's their largest vehicle they make. It's powered by, it's about the size of an Explorer. It's powered by a 4-cylinder turbo.
That sounds nice to me.
up and goes. Trying to find a place to put the 2-meter radio in, and I have a Kenwood TS480 coming to go in there as well. That's all it's doing. Back to you, Pat.
All right, Keith. We're just so you know, we're going to run another test here tomorrow night. We will be doing the meeting on Zoom as far as I know. I'm going to put the link in the calendar just for everybody to see it, and then we'll probably post it on the Facebook page so that everybody can access that. I've got this thing far enough along, I think we can do that, and if things come to fruition, we're probably going to end up putting we're going to try to put that meeting on not Facebook. We're going to try to put it on Twitter and YouTube, so people will be able to see it there. But we'll see what happens tomorrow night. I got to get ready for it all. But anyway, I think nothing else for that, huh?
Nope, nothing else. I had to run outside and connect the antenna up. I turned on the radio and realized it's awful quiet. Oh, wait a minute, the antenna's disconnected. So that's all it's new here, and I'll try to get there about 6:30 tomorrow.
Okay, any question or any answer for the trivia question?
Yes, and I know what the answer is. I've hunted for them. It's related to the holiday that was Sunday.
Well, we'll call it that. Well, I'll give it to you. Thanks for not giving it away. You'd be the first checking on that to be right. But I digress. We will see you tomorrow evening. And thanks for the check-in. W8CRC BQS, Mr. Steve. Good evening, sir. What's going on?
It's the same old stuff, Pat. W8BQS back. Yeah, congratulations on Keith's new car. I was kind of looking at Elements, the Honda Element, but I didn't want people telling me when I get out of it that I was out of my element, so I just figured I'd pass on the Element, and that's why I got the CRV. At any rate, hi. But yeah, I also know the answer to the software question, so I'll just pass on that also, Pat. And plan on being there tomorrow also at the meeting, and I'll try to get there close as I can to 7 o'clock. And back to you.
All right, Steve. We'll go ahead and take it to Mr. KV8 or KE8 ZXE. Good evening, Mike. What's going on, sir?
Hey, Pat. Good evening to you and everybody on the net. Not a whole lot. Just been watching the weather, waiting for something to happen, but it seems like us northerner folks in the state might be pretty lucky and just get some rain and garden variety thunder, looking at what they're saying online. But not much. Looking forward to the meeting, and we'll be there tomorrow with the snacks. So back to you at the net.
All right, Mike. Good hearing from you as always. I do have a question. The thought is to do a pizza party for the 17th. Do you have any connections there? Could you get maybe 3 or 4? Connect us up with that. I really shouldn't be talking about this on a net, but a quick yes or no, and then I'll get a hold of you on the phone if it's yes.
Yes. So I could talk to you later or after.
We'll pay for them and all that. That ain't no problem. But I was just curious as to, it's either going to be that or I'm going to have to order it somewhere and have it show up at the church.
That's no problem. KD8ZXE.
All right, thank you, sir. And we will go ahead and move on to Mr. Ted. Oh, did you want to, Mike, did you want to give us a, actually, we got one before Mike, or before Ted. Mike, did you want to take a shot at trivia? You know what it is?
Oh, honestly, I had no idea. I was just listening to see if somebody else did.
We've been fortunate that it hasn't been given away yet, so I'll announce what it is at the end. Stay tuned. Let's see, we are down to Mr. Nick. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. This is Nick, Whiskey 8 Sierra Echo Golf. Sierra Echo Golf. And just been watching the weather and got the kids tonight. They're playing a little card game here while we watch the weather, and that's about it. Everyone have a great night. Hope to see you tomorrow. Whiskey 8 Sierra Echo Golf.
All right, sir. Thanks for checking in with us. That's W8CRC. I did get that. Yeah, as far as the weather goes, I was watching that as of about 5 minutes before the net. That's why I started a little late. The northern part of it's all blowing up. There really isn't much happening. So, with any luck, we're gonna escape unscathed. Well, we'll see. It's not 10 o'clock yet. It's supposed to be over by 10. So we'll see what happens. Mr. PRK. Good evening, Mr. Ted.
Yeah, what's up, Pat, and everybody else out there? Not much going on here. Just had a little rain shower pass by about 5 minutes ago. Lasted about 2 minutes. But yeah, we're keeping our eye on the radar and stuff like that. And just yeah, I see they shifted that the worst, the enhanced south of us about what was that? About 75 miles. So that's probably a good thing. I didn't hear the question, so I can't give an answer.
Well, I can tell you the question. What is a feature or message hidden in a piece of software called? You may not know this, being you've hardly played with computers. What is a feature or message hidden in a piece of software called?
I don't know. I'm going to go with garbage. You're right, Mr. Analog here.
Digital. We won't go there. All right, I'll mark you down as garbage.
Sounds good to me.
Did you want to ride to the meeting tomorrow night?
You know tomorrow.
All right, let me know tomorrow. That'll work. I will if you need it, so not a problem. And that brings us to the end of the list so far. Are there any more check-ins out there? I'm wondering. If there is, please call W8CRC.
KA8GKG.
KA8GKG. Good evening, John. Let's just take these one at a time from here on. I'm probably going to thin out anyway. What's going on, Mr. John?
Yeah, good evening, Pat, and hello to everyone on the net. Oh, I just got home from dinner. My wife and I went out to, it's called Will's Pub or Grill and Pub or whatever it is out on 619 in Barberton. I just walked into the shack, and I thought, oh, it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to check in on the net and say hello. So that was the big highlight of my day. There's nothing to report here on weather. I mean, it's we're somewhat overcast, but a little bit of sprinkle, light rain and mist, but not much else to report. So I think we're going to be okay in the northeast Ohio with regard to that. Other than that, I guess the big thing is I don't know if you heard me last night on the other band, but I worked a station in Alaska near Anchorage. Anyway, that was the highlight of my Tuesday, I would say. My Monday. And I don't have anything else, but I wanted to say hello and check in. So I'll leave it there, 73, and talk to you again, W8CRC from KA8GKG. Back to net control.
Did you want to take a try at the trivia question, which was, what is a feature or message hidden in a piece of software called? Want to take a shot at it?
I don't know. I have no idea. So I did hear the question, and I don't know the answer.
Okay, we'll let that slide like that. Not a problem. It's really kind of an easy answer, but at least to me it was easy. My wife, when she found it, she read the question. She said, "What is it?" I thought, "I know what it is." Anyway, we'll go ahead and take a break here for a second. Let the repeater drop.
Recheck BSA.
Go ahead.
Another tidbit following along with your trivia questions, they also use them in DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yes, they do. Okay, let's go ahead and take some more check-ins. If you'd like to check into our net, hopefully you will, please call W8CRC now.
W8CRC. W8CRC. Net control. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Phil in Canal Fulton.
Good evening, Phil. What's going on, sir?
Just enjoying listening to you fellows have time to fellowship together and enjoy talking. And, it's nice to see, or shall I say hear, some activity on the 2-meter band. It's kind of quiet, and I think a lot of times, too, it might be because the digital mode's picking up so much. But it's good to hear you guys, and I don't know the people, at least for those that are on at this time, but I remember, I think the 640 used to be the Goodyear Amateur Radio Club repeater, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the time when I remember going to the GARC meetings and years ago, and I just remember so much of some of the older fellows that I used to meet, that I met, and really started enjoying ham radio. And Bill Alexander, that got me started, he was my Elmer, and what a wonderful man he was. W8LPK, now W4P, W4, I think it was W4AP, no, I don't remember. Anyway, W8LPK. But anyway, he helped me out a lot growing up as a kid from high school. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to net control, and it's really nice to hear you gentlemen in there keeping the frequency active. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, and I'll be on the side listening.
Okay, Phil, thanks for the flowers and the great comments here. We here on this net appreciate it. We've actually started a new club up here in Akron. That's why you're hearing us. And this is a club check-in for the club net. But, quick question before you go. What do you got as far as weather? Anything? You seen anything?
What do I have as for what? Say again?
As far as the weather, what's it doing around you?
We have some heavy cumulus clouds around us here in Canal Fulton, and they're moving rather slowly, and it seems like that it's getting a little heavier, but we've had a lot of light rain. We haven't had anything real heavy, and temperature's sitting at around 63, and it was a little bit warmer today, but it's cool, and there's hardly any wind. So I don't know if this is a lull before any heavier precipitation might take place, but it seems rather calm out there, but too damp to want to stay outside. Other than that, it's been nice. I see some periods of sunshine that put a smile on my face, and always a smile on my heart when I know the Lord is blessing us with it. So anyway, I'm going to turn it back over to you. I didn't get your name, but I will look forward to hearing your name since you're the net control operator this evening. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, back to net control.
Okay, Phil, name here is Pat, Papa Alpha Tango, and I'm the founder of this new club up here. The call sign for the club is Whiskey 8 Charlie Romeo Charlie CRC. My personal call sign is November 8 Oscar Quebec Papa. We've talked before, I know we have, because when you keyed up there, I recognized your voice. But I appreciate the check-in. I was curious about the weather because you're a little further south than I am, and with everything that was supposed to be going on today, it doesn't seem like any of it's really transpiring. So that's why I asked. Thanks for giving me letting me know and everything. So, anyway, let's go ahead and take this to see if there's another check-in or two out here. If you'd like to check into our net, please call W8CRC. God, I almost slipped. Okay, let's repeat some announcements and then see if we can get another check-in or two, and then we'll get out of here for the evening. Announcements are, tomorrow night, we will probably have a special presentation on the Xenia tornadoes. They're supposed to be helping put this together, and it's probably going to be about a half-hour presentation on what all happened that day. It's going to be put on by KE8. Yeah, right. I got his call sign already. It's going to be put on by Elmer, and from what it sounds like, he's got quite a little presentation planned, so it'll be a half hour anyway. But, break for time. But anyway, this will all be happening at our new meeting place, which is 2409 Ardwell, ARDWELL. It's more or less at the corner of East Market 91 in Ellet. Pretty convenient for a lot of people. We'll start at 7:30, and we'll probably finish about 9-ish, I would imagine. But this will more or less be a club business meeting where we're going to do the presentation with it. So since it's available, we might as well take the chance. There will be other stuff discussed there, but it's not going to be all business. I guarantee you that. Anyway, I think that's all the announcements I got. If you'd like to give us an answer to our trivia question, which is, what is a feature or message hidden in a piece of software called? They also put these things on DVDs and CDs and all kinds of stuff like that. If that doesn't give you enough hints, I don't know what will. But anyway, let's take a check-in or two if we have them. If not, we'll go ahead and close it up and give everybody the answer. If you'd like to check in, please call W8CRC. Okay, let's go ahead and clean this up here. In preparing to close this net, I'd like to thank everybody that took the time to join us tonight and check in with us. Without your participation, there would be no net, and without your participation, there probably wouldn't be a club either, because we won't go there. This has been November 8, Oscar Quebec Papa. My name is Pat, and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net. Next week, you get KA8BSA. He'll be in the net chair. And we're always looking for net controls, too, for this net for Skywatch. If you happen to be either want to try either one of those, get a hold of me. At this time, I will close the net with 9 check-ins, including myself. And I'm going to return the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use. This is Whiskey 8, Charlie Romeo Charlie, closing the net at about 7:33 p.m. local time. 73 all, and catch you next week. Catch tomorrow night at the meeting. 73 all, and 80QP listening.
The answer.
The answer. I don't know why I do that, Ted. Thank you for reminding me. The answer to the question, which was, what is a feature or hidden or message hidden in a piece of software called? And celebrating what 2 days ago was. It was an Easter egg. They put these, and what they do with that is sometimes if you're playing a game with something like that in it, it opens up another level, and they're pretty cool. Most of the time they're hard to find, but they do produce a lot. Even Microsoft with Windows or Microsoft Office, that actually had a couple of them in there at one point. I don't know if they're still there or not, but interesting, any of the less. And 80QP listening.
Hey, since I gave the answer of garbage, a lot of those Easter eggs probably will end up in the garbage, so I got a partially right answer, correct?
Only for you, Ted, only for you.
Hey, talk to you guys later. KBPRK.
All right, Ted, have a good evening, sir. I'll probably catch you on 220 or something later on, once everything calms down around here. 80QP.
QP, Whiskey Delta 8, Bravo, Quebec, Sierra.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Pat, I thought I'd throw this out there, too. I'll bring those, I got those little oval-shaped items that I showed you on my phone when we were at the last meeting. I'll bring those, and we can maybe pass those out to the club members if they would care to have one.
I would appreciate that. And just let me know, or just bring it up during the meeting. We'll pass them out.
Okay, will do. Just wanted to let you know I did get them, and they don't look too shabby, if I do say so myself. So it's a nice logo for the club. All right, catch you later, Pat. 73 WD8 BQS, clear.
That's another thing we ought to do a contest for once we get a little bit bigger. We ought to do a contest for maybe $50 or something like that to draw up the club logo using a bull in the logo itself. I always thought that was a lot of fun. I actually entered a couple of them at times. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, right. We can also do some drawings, with 50-50 type stuff like that. That wouldn't be bad either.
Well, the world is at our door.
Well, we need to get the coffers filled for the club, which would be a nice idea. So, all right, well, I'll get out of here. I got an early appointment in the morning, so I'll catch you guys later. WD8 BQS is clear.
All right, Steve. Have a good afternoon or good evening. We will be monitoring here a little bit yet. I'll eat my dinner. But hopefully nothing's going to happen weather-wise. I don't really expect much, so hopefully I won't get that much. But we'll catch you. Have a good afternoon or evening. And hey, don't QP.
and it came back around lunch, so don't get all too worried about me. I still have something to complain about, but anyway, the guy said if you relax the muscles around the Atlas and the C2, they're tense because they're guarding things. They'll go back in position on their own, and sure enough, they absolutely did. And my vision is super clear and crisp again. So anyway, all that from you talking about getting your new hipster progressive lenses.
K8QEP. Well, I'm really glad you found something that seems to help. And I mean, yeah, certainly relaxing muscles in there, must help things. And yeah, I think I may have to get a different, I may have to just go to bifocals. I don't know. I can't make any conclusions without, wearing them a bunch. But like in the kitchen or, looking down at a table, it's much harder to see things with the glasses. Far away, driving, it's great, but because my vision for stuff sort of between arm's reach and, maybe 7 feet has always been pretty good. It's just farther and closer that is an issue. But I'm very glad you found something that works.
KE8QEP, this is KE8ARB returning. Well, I'm curious to see what you make of those glasses because I've looked through them and, I've heard folks talk about them. I don't have them for what I do and for my needs, so I can't really speak to it, but everything I've heard says it's really, really difficult. And, eventually they said you get used to looking through the right spot for the right thing, but anyway, they all kind of said it was tricky, so I hope you can get it figured out. Maybe it might make sense to have a different pair for different things. I don't know how that works, though. So, but David, what else is going on? New glasses. I can't remember what else we were talking about. Oh, there's like a bunch of things I wanted to talk about, but yeah, what else do you have going on?
Well, that's about it. Although it is nice having the HF antennas back, and it's nice being on 15 meters, which, I'd never been able to do before. And so I've been probably spending a little too much time on that. And there was gonna, and I haven't looked at the tuning of the 15-meter loop lately. I got it a little bit higher, but it, the auto tuner handles it. It's pretty close, and I may still reposition it, so I haven't done any final tuning on it. And I don't know if the other ferrite that you say is really good would help much, but I don't know if that would change the tuning. But it's been working great. I made a whole bunch of contacts on it, so it's clearly working.
Sorry, I got a little distracted, David. Yeah, the toroid, the Mix 61 is, well, now I'm hearing that Storm has gotten a mouse. Anyway, the Mix 61 is going to be more efficient with the higher power, so you're probably getting a little bit of loss. It's really not designed for it. The guy who did all the work printed a graph of the correct toroid, and it really looks good, but unfortunately he just said, this is the right mix to use, don't use the other one. So I'm going to have to stop and see what Storm has found, because it sounds like he's a very ferocious kitty right now. KE8QEP, over to you for a final here from KE8ARB.
Okay, K8ARB, this is K8QEP. Good luck with finding the mouse. And, yeah, we can talk more about the toroid, and maybe there's a way to actually test that, but obviously it's working well now. I'll catch you later, K8QEP 73.
at the news desk in New York.